This is our last week on angels, on good angels. Today, I'm going to answer the questions that have been given to me, written down and put in the boxes. Some people have asked me not to address them. I'm going to have to say tough luck. If you ask me a question and I decide that I want to say, hey, so-and-so asked this question, you just deal with it. Tiffany's like, oh no, I'm not going to give you anything in Tiffany's. So we have the powers of darkness, that's this series. Angels is what you believe right. We have all kinds of ideas about angels, don't we? All kinds. We have preconceived ideas, we have our own thoughts, we have grandma following us around the house, I saw grandpa working on the tractor, and they've been gone for 60 years. We have all kinds of ideas about angels. He was a child. Oh, little Jimmy passed away when he was really young. He's an angel and he floats around on the clouds and he watches us. We have all kinds of ideas. What's right and what's wrong? That's where we're at this morning. Let's pray. Father God, we thank you so much for the day that you gave us. Lord, we thank you for your blessings on us. We thank you for the music this morning and nothing went drastically wrong. Thank you for the ability for us to put just a couple of chords together and for you to enjoy that music this morning. I just pray that you're tone deaf and that you did enjoy it and your heavenly hosts around you were excited about us worshiping you this morning. Now, Lord, as we grab this subject and we start to work through it, I just pray, God, that you will give me the right answers. That my studies that I've done have been correct and true. That I won't misspeak. And Lord, where I do misspeak, please allow everybody to forget quickly what I taught them. Now, Lord, open our eyes, open our hearts. Teach us something this morning from your word. For it's in the name of Jesus Christ we pray. Amen. So, this has been working pretty good, teaching off the tablet. I switched to this about the beginning of this series, and I don't know that I'm going to stick with it because I really like having my Bible in my hand, and but when we're switching through so many different scriptures all at the same time, it's a lot easier to use the tablet. And so we're going to start with angels are beautiful. Remember, all the way through this, is what you believe about angels right? So these questions are all formed from that perspective. Angels are beautiful. We believe angels are beautiful, don't we? We paint them with beautiful faces, with beautiful garments, and just awesome looking creatures, right? Well, good angels. Let's remember that angels, Old Testament definition of angels is a messenger. Okay? A messenger that mostly does God's work on earth. Okay? So God gives an angel or a messenger something to do on earth. They come to the earth and they do it. They guide us, they direct us, they announce births, they do all kinds of different things. And we looked at all that, what all the angels do. Okay? Those are angels in the Old Testament, and then we have other beings in the Old Testament that we've talked about that are heavenly hosts. Okay? So, in Joshua, we see, and it came to pass when Joshua was by Jericho that he lifted his eyes and looked, and behold, a man stood opposite him with his sword drawn in his hand, and Joshua went to him and said to him, are you for us or for our adversaries? So he said, no, but as commander of the army of the Lord, I have now come. And Joshua fell on his face to the earth and worshipped and said to him, what does the Lord say to his servant? And so we see this warrior, this heavenly host that's a warrior that shows up, and instantly Joshua is fearful, isn't he? I don't think the text does it justice. But as I've said many times, if I came up against this guy, now I can be pretty fierce. I can be really mean if I want to be. Especially back in my heyday, you didn't want to mess with me. I was the guy on the football field that I will break you. All right? If you've seen the Rocky movie with the big Russian, I will break you. I'm not very good at the accent, but that was me on the football field. And I did that a few times, okay? Quarterback over there, I don't even remember what team it was. I said to my opponent, I said to my teammate, you go high, I'll go low. He's like, all right. So we hit him and crush. Next thing you know, the ambulance is coming out onto the field, and they're hauling him away because he's all busted up. That was me. I was proud of that. And that was only one of the many times that I busted a lot of heads, okay? Tat and Sterling went to a weightlifting competition last weekend. Was it last weekend? Yeah. Tiffany went too, and spoke her Tiffany's to everybody. And you know, when I was that age, I used to lift weights. We had this leg press, a free weight leg press machine. So you would lay back on it, and it was a big plate. It had weights you could stack onto the bar, and you flip the levers, and the plate comes down, and you can push it back up. 1,800 pounds I would put on that, and I would do that all day long. All day long. That was just me. I was fierce, I was vicious, I could lift a ton, I'm really strong, but you know what? If this angel comes before me, I'm wetting myself. I'm going to be turning and I'm going to be running, and you're going to see a trail dribbling out of my jeans, I'm telling you. Because this guy is huge, and there's nothing here that says he's beautiful. If you want to call a guy beautiful, I guess you can do that in today's day and age. You need to move to the left coast, maybe. You might get away with it around here, but I don't know. I mean, this is like guy figure, a man standing before him. Handsome. But we don't look at angels as handsome. That would be a 50s term, right? If you look at a woman and you say, oh, that's a handsome woman. We don't do that anymore. And that sounds strange, that's all. We don't even need to go there. So we have Mark. And entering the tomb, they saw a young man clothed in a white robe, clothed in a long white robe, sitting on the right side, and they were alarmed. This is the ladies coming to the tomb of Jesus when Jesus' body is gone, and the angels are waiting there, they're sitting there, and the ladies come in and scared to death. They're like, oh my goodness, what is this? Who are these creatures? It doesn't say that they walk in, oh, you're so beautiful. I just love you. Oh, can I take you home? No, it's not the figurine that you have sitting on your knick-knack shelf. That figurine that's sitting on your knick-knack shelf, somebody invented that in their head. I don't know where people get that stuff. I get my imagination from when I'm sleeping a lot of times. I do my best work when I'm sleeping. You may think that I'm asleep right now. I am. It's good, because that's how I do my best work. But somebody's sleeping in their bed, and all of a sudden they dream up this figure that looks like a little baby, I don't know, beautiful little thing with wings that come out, and they're all pink, and they're flowery, and you think they would smell like, I don't know, something beautiful. angels smell, but I wouldn't think that the angels that are in the tomb would smell very good. They're probably going to smell like the tomb, maybe.
Oh, smell like the dead.
Yeah.
Musty.
Or maybe angels don't have any smell. They don't have a body unless they decide to show up. So, because they're a spirit being. So, there's no place that in the Bible that says they're beautiful. They're shining ones. Their clothes are shining. They have a bright aura around them sometimes when they show up. Most of the time, they just look like you and me. They just stroll up in whatever garb is of the day, and they, that's just how they roll. They show up to your house just looking like the average Joe, and for around here, the average Joe can look pretty scruffy, right? Yeah, and everybody points at the pastor.
Now that was before you said scruffy.
If this showed up to your front door, you wouldn't say, "Oh, he's so cute. Would you come on? Please sit up on my shelf."
No, but we would feed you.
You're gonna feed me?
We would, yes.
Yeah, you
Because
feed
I
me.
mean, you don't.
Because I need to work on my profile. That's why they're gonna feed me.
You don't shut the door on that without feeding.
Pastor, how many extra chicken breasts do I have to throw?
How many extra chicken breasts? I don't
For
eat.
you.
I don't like white meat. So
I'm not doing legs.
Oh, you're not no legs. How about thighs?
No, not in this bag. They weren't on sale.
Oh, well, I get the sale thing. So angels aren't necessarily beautiful. Most of the time, they're hideous. When we look at them in the Bible, most people are fearful. They're scared to death. That's the idea we get from the real, whether they're angels or whether they're heavenly hosts, a cherub or a seraphim. They're scary type guys. So angels know everything. This is another idea that we've got about angels, don't we? Angels know absolutely everything. We can go to our guardian angel, or we can go to whatever angel that we think is around us, and we can say, "Hey, Gabriel." We only have a few named angels in the Bible, right? So we say, "Hey, Gabriel, what about this? What's the answer to this math problem?" You know what? I'm not convinced angels even know how to do math. There's no place in the Bible that says that they can do math. I would think they're pretty smart. But I don't think they can do math. Why would they need to do math? Give me an example why an angel would need to do math. Do you think God would ask them?
How many souls they deal with and work with?
Huh?
How many souls they work with?
How many souls they work with?
How many people they can
I don't know, because there isn't numbers of souls in the Bible except for like the few that are left during the tribulation, because they always say there's myriads. And as far as the numbers of angels, there's thousands upon thousands and tens of thousands. So they really don't use a lot of numbers. So I don't know how smart they are. One thing I do know is they've been here a lot longer than I have. And if you ever talk to somebody older than you, most times that person that's older than you has a lot of experience and therefore a lot of knowledge. And so this creature, say the world, just for sake of argument, is 10,000 years old. This creature was created like day 2, day 1, day 2, right in there. God created the heavens and the earth and everything in it, day 1. All right? So they're 10,000 years old. So you have a creature that's 10,000 years old. It's got to know a whole heck of a lot. They were told that their messages, they were told that their messages were not for themselves, but for you. And now this good news has been announced to you by those who preached in the power of the Holy Spirit sent from heaven. It is also wonderful that even the angels are eagerly watching these things happen. So we get from this gap, they're knowledgeable, they know a whole lot, but they don't know everything. From right here, it shows us that they're eagerly watching what's going to happen. They don't have a clue what's going to happen. They know just as much what's going to happen 10 minutes from now as what we do. That kind of puts us on even footing, doesn't it? I'll take it. I'm going to be on even footing for one time with an angel. I'll take that. That's me. I'm there. So we see Ephesians. so that through the church the manifold wisdom of God might now be made known to the rulers and authorities in the heavenly places. The wisdom of God might now be made known to the heavenly hosts, to the angels, to those who live in heaven. They have to be told what the wisdom of God is, because they don't know everything. So angels are smart. They've been around. They don't know everything. They don't have all the answers. But of that day and the hour, no one knows. This is the return of Christ. No one knows, not even the angels in heaven. So the angels don't know when Christ is coming back. And it says, nor the Son. So Christ himself doesn't know when he's coming back. Think about that one for a minute. If Christ is God and he doesn't know when he's coming back, does God the Father know when he's coming back? Because the three are one, and let's move on. You'll have to think about that one later. But Tiffany, I'm sorry, I can't say it in Tiffany's right now, okay? My brain is on Bibleese. Okay. Angels have unlimited power. This is another thing, isn't it, that we think. Angels are all powerful. Angels can do anything they want to do. And we think of this because they're powerful, they're more powerful than us, right? Because they can appear and disappear, they can go here and they can go there, they can go between heaven and earth, and they can kill, they can do all kinds of things. Then the angel of the Lord went out and killed in the camp of the Assyrians and 185,000. And when people arose early in the morning, there were the corpses all dead. So we see the angels have enough power to kill 185,000 people all at once. Boom, dead, boom, gone. So we don't want to mess with angels, right? Yeah, so
Well, we don't want to make them mad.
you don't want to make them mad. Oh. Do angels have emotions? Oh, there's a whole other question, isn't it? Can angels be mad? Can angels be sad? Can their feelings be hurt? And the answer to that is they were made in the image of God in the same way we were made in the image of God. So the same emotional experiences that we have, the angels have, because they are in the image of God. So there's the answer to that. And turning to the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah into ashes, condemn them to destruction, making them an example of those who afterward would live ungodly. So the angels took care of Sodom and Gomorrah and leveled the cities and delivered righteous Lot, who was oppressed by the filthy conduct of the wicked. So they destroyed the city and delivered Lot. For that righteous man dwelling among them tormented his righteous soul from day to day by seeing and hearing their lawless deeds. Then the Lord knows how to deliver the godly out of temptation and to serve the unjust under punishment of the day of punishment. And especially those who walk according to the flesh in the lust of uncleanness and despise authority. They are presumptuous, self-willed. They are not afraid to speak evil of dignitaries. Whereas angels, who are great in power and might, do not bring a revealing accusation against them before the Lord. So yes, they are powerful, but they are not all powerful. There are some angels that are more stronger than other angels. And we read I think it was in the book of Jude, about Michael the archangel not wanting to take on Lucifer, the Satan, because Satan was stronger than Michael. So some angels are stronger than others. Here's another one. We can control angels. Some of us have the idea that we can control angels. They'll do our bidding for us. We can say, hey, you know what, I've got a guardian angel, I'm just going to command him to do this and command him to do that. What is this man that you are mindful of him, and that the Son of Man that you may visit him? For you have made him a little lower than the angels, and you have crowned him with glory and honor. So our position in the universe is a little lower than angels. And so we don't control angels. But angels don't control us either. Angels are under the will of God in the direction of God. In Hebrews it says, are they not all ministering spirits sent forth to minister to those who will inherit salvation? So this is where a lot of people get that idea that we can tell an angel or a heavenly host to do our bidding for us because, they're supposed to, the angels are sent to minister to us. Well, this just means that they're sent to help us. That we are not as holy as they are. We're not as close to God as they are physically, because they can be right in God's presence and we can't in that sense. So they are here to help us with all of those things, but we can't control angels. We can pray to angels. This is a biggie, isn't it? How many of y'all pray to angels? What do y'all think you can pray to angels? It's a biggie. Lots of people.
Barking up the wrong tree.
Lots of people think you can pray to angels. A traditional prayer to our guardian angel is, Angel of God, my guardian dear, to whom God's love commits me here, ever this day be at my side, to light and guide, and guard, to rule and guide. This is a traditional prayer that's written to our guardian angel. And so there are some that believe that they can pray this prayer to a guardian angel, and the angel will answer the prayer.
That should be sent right directly to God.
It should be sent right directly to God. Yes, absolutely. Revelation says, now I, John, saw and heard these things, and when I heard and saw, I fell down and worshipped before the feet of the angel who showed me these things. Then he said to me, see that you do not do that, for I am your fellow servant and your brethren, the prophets, and of those who keep the words of this book. Worship God. Worship God. So, should we pray to angels? Here's the thing about praying to angels. You know what? Angels aren't as powerful as God. We're told to worship God only and not angels, right? Okay. Well, if I'm gonna worship God, and I'm not gonna worship angels, why would I pray to angels? This is how we're taught to pray. In this manner, therefore, pray. Our Father in heaven, or does it read, in this manner, therefore, pray? O guardian angel. Which way does it read, guys? This is the scripture. This is Matthew 6:9. In this manner, therefore, pray. Jesus is telling us how to pray and who to pray to. So why would we, in our humanness, say, oh, wait a minute, I'm going to pray to this angel because this angel knows more than what God knows, and so I'm just going to do that.
I got a question. We pray to the Holy Spirit or the angel if we don't know exactly how to say the prayer that we're praying for. Wouldn't our guardian angel or our spirit help to put it into the words to go to the Father?
Well, that's assuming that angels speak in the same language that we do. See, angels have their own language. And I think that's another spot in here. So if you're saying the angels are going to translate for us, but with a translator, if you've got a translator up in front of a crowd, Billy Graham did this all the time. He would go overseas, and I watched a documentary of him in Russia. Okay, and he's standing there in front of the whole crowd, and he was preaching to the crowd, right? And as he preached to the crowd, the translator beside him would translate to the crowd. Billy Graham didn't look at the translator and tell the translator what he wanted the crowd to hear, right? So it would be the same thing. Yes, angels carry our prayers to the cross, to the altar. We see that in the book of Revelation. But it's not that we're talking to the angel for the angel to take that prayer. We're talking to the audience, and the audience which is God. So we talk to the audience, we talk to God himself, and the angels are like, hey, let me carry this to God for you. So it's almost like using an interpreter, where not that God needs an interpreter, because God understands everything. He even understands what we're thinking. You can think something, and God hears that. So we're not to pray to the angel, because we're taught how to pray, aren't we? Jesus taught us how to pray. In this manner, therefore, pray, Our Father in heaven, hallowed be thy name, your kingdom come, your will be, not the angel's kingdom, God's kingdom, your kingdom, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily. Who's the provider of our daily bread? Not the angels. God is the provider of our daily bread. And forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. Can angels forgive debts? Absolutely not. Angels can't forgive anything. All they do is record. Remember, they record the things that we do wrong, and they take that book to God and say, hey, here's everything that Tadden's done wrong in his lifetime. You need to judge him accordingly. And do not lead us into temptation, but deliver us from the evil one. Okay, let's look at this one more time, all right? Deliver us from the evil one. Who is the evil one? And this is next week. Who is the evil one? Satan, right? Who is Satan? He is the first fallen angel. So God is delivering us from the angels. So why would you pray to somebody that God has to deliver you from? And this you can switch this all around, and you can talk about the Satanists out there. Those that are praying to Satan. Why would you pray to Satan when God's the one that delivers from Satan? We already have the end of the story. Satan loses. Look, if I'm going to DVR a football game, I am certainly not going to, and I know who wins, I'm not going to go for the losers. I'm going to put my money, I'm going to bet on the person that won that game. And we have the end of the story. So no, we don't pray to angels. We pray to God. And angels, all those prayers are collected in heaven. And the angels offer that as a sacrifice to God. And from the book of Revelations. Angels can possess people. Angels can possess people. You never heard of an angel possessing somebody before, have you?
No.
No, you say no, but you know what?
The fallen angels.
The fallen angels, right? Demons, right? And I'm not going to get too much into this because this is going to absolutely blow your mind the next couple of weeks. I'm going to tell you right now that angels cannot possess people. Angels have influence over people. They can make you change your mind by the circumstances that they change around you, but they cannot. Well, what about this passage, Pastor? Then Satan entered Judas, surnamed Iscariot, who was numbered among the 12. Isn't Satan a fallen angel? And if Satan entered Judas, wait a minute, preacher, you just told us that angels can't possess people. Ha. We have to look at the text a little bit closer. So when he went his way and conferred with the chief priests and captains how he might betray him to them. Let's see. Verse before that, and supper began ending, the devil having already put into the heart of Judas Iscariot. This is before the passage that says that, and Satan entered him. Okay? He's already put this thought in his head. Alright? He's already been at work trying to convince Judas to do this evil bidding, to do this evil act. Alright? And then when we get to this portion, this isn't Satan actually entering the person. This is Satan having an extreme influence over Judas. It's not an actual possession where he comes in, takes over Judas's body. Because there's no way Jesus would allow that. But it's kind of like the picture of the angel that sits on the angel and the demon that sits on your shoulder. You know, that big old demon that sits there and he's whispering in your ear what to do. That's exactly what...
You mean manipulation?
Yeah, I guess. He's manipulating us.
That's fine.
Yeah. he's manipulating us to do his bidding, to do what he wants us to do. It's not an actual... Angels have wings. Not all angels... No, angels don't have wings. Angels are men. They always show up in the form of men. We read about the creatures in the Bible that have wings. They are, we've talked about this, they are the cherubim and the seraphim, okay? They are not angels, according to the Old Testament. They are their own category. They are their own beings. They're heavenly hosts, but they are cherubim and seraphim. And then you have angels, which are the messengers. Cherubim and seraphim are the guardians of the throne. They're different beings. But in the New Testament, they lump it all together and say angels. They kind of just make the word generic. So seraphim don't have wings, and we see seraphim have wings, and we see this from Isaiah. In the year that the king died, I saw the Lord sitting on the throne, high and lifted up, and the train of his robe filled the temple. In the year, and above it stood seraphim, each one having 6 wings, 2 covering his face, and 2. And you know, as we read this, there's the seraphim have 6 wings, the cherubim have 4 wings. So we don't even see a creature in the Bible that have 2 wings. And I'm just going to move on here because okay, what about the angels that John saw flying around in heaven? Well, you know what? We don't have any proof that they had wings. Superman can fly around without wings, right? Well, who's saying that angels can't fly around? Without wings. That's a limitation that we put on angels. Oh, they have to have wings to fly. No, they're a spirit being. They can fly just because they're spirit beings.
Like a puff of smoke.
Huh?
Like a puff of smoke.
Like a puff of smoke, exactly. So, let me move on. I need to... Then we say, so what? They can fly. Jesus himself flew up into heaven, right? His ascension, he flew up into heaven, and he didn't have any wings. The angels look like men, and we see lots of scriptures that state this. Angels are holy, sinless beings. That is untrue. Angels sin the same as we, and they still can sin today. Angels can still fall today. We ran quite a bit over, so let's go ahead and pray. Father God, thank you for this morning. Thank you for the message. Lord, I'm sorry I didn't get through all the information. I pray, though, that we've got a better understanding of good angels and how they function and how they work with us and how they're here to help us, and that we have thousands and tens of thousands and hundreds of thousands of warrior angels watching out for us and helper angels watching out for us, and Lord, we're not alone in this battle, in this struggle, and that our heavenly hosts are helping us in this. Father, we ask that you would continue to guide us and direct us throughout the week, Lord. We thank you for all that you do. We pray your blessings on us in Jesus' name. Amen. This is our last week on angels, on good angels. Next week we start on the fallen angels. Demons, the creatures that come out of the pit. Oh, you will finish.